Let's look at some tape. Let's look up some tape. Okay, so like I mentioned, 4 strong formation pieces. So all the 4 strong formation is 4 eligible receivers to one side of the field and 1 to the opposite side of the field. So if we're looking at this play right here that I have queued up, you see you have 4 to the top, running back in the backfield, and then trips bunch right in front of him. Stephon Diggs at the bottom of your screen is the 1. So there's literally 4 eligibles to one side, 1 eligible to the opposite side. And the whole piece or benefit of what you get from a 4 strong formation is they really have the ability to mess with the defense's ability to distribute routes and or space routes properly. You can pull or drain coverage versus zone. You can create traffic versus man. Overall, you stress the communication and coverage rules for a defense. Again, their spacing, their ability to distribute the routes, you're stressing them by putting all these players into these zones. And again, stressing zone coverage and man coverage as well. First play that we have queued up here for the Buffalo Bills. So I got some, ironically, 4 plays here to show for the 4 strong formations that Brady used in this game. He did some of it against the Philadelphia Eagles. It's something he's tapped into a little bit. He's been successful with it in terms of generating openings for Josh Allen and giving him some easy buttons. So the first play here is early on in this game for the Buffalo Bills. It is at 6 minutes and 28 seconds in the first quarter. And what you're going to get, I have Reggie Gilliam highlighted there in the backfield, and then I have Willie Gay highlighted for the Kansas City Chiefs linebacker at the second level. You're going to get Reggie Gilliam return motion, technically like a return orbit motion, as he's going to go around Allen and James Cook. And when you get that return motion, what that does is, as I start to play the video here, so you're going to get this return motion from Reggie Gilliam. See, there he goes to that side and watch as he orbits back around. So return motion is normally just like if you come this way and then, let me undo that. Switch the little thingy there. Return motion is normally just like if you come this way and then go back this way. Because Reggie Gilliam like comes this way and then returns this way but goes around, I'm calling it like a return orbit motion. But again, let's hit play there. There goes Reggie Gilliam. See, boom, pops it back out in that return orbit fashion. That return motion, it forces a defense to transfer a player multiple times, make multiple adjustments. It can also create leverage for an offense. And if you see, like, just watch the defense react to Reggie Gilliam. Like, they bump and they shift with him. Willie Gay widens out, and then Willie Gay has to go back and he starts communicating, right? So that's the example of, forcing the defense to transfer a player multiple times. Like, they bump left and then they have to go back, they communicate, they adjust. I highlighted Willie Gay because he is the defender that gets put into conflict here. He's going to vacate his area. Dawson Knox is going to replace him. The whole idea with what this motion does and the 4 strong formation is it makes the passing window wider for Josh Allen and gives him a simple, easy decision. You also see Nick Bolton at that second level to the top of Mr. Willie Gay, who's highlighted. He gets influence as well. What you're going to end up getting is the Kansas City Chiefs with 4 defenders over 2 for the Buffalo Bills, and then an easy aspect inside for Mr. Dawson Knox. So boom, there goes Reggie Gilliam. I'm going to slow it down. Willie Gay immediately, you see him highlighted here. He's immediately calling out Reggie Gilliam going outside. He's pointing, he's yelling, everything. Watch the Chiefs defense shift with it. And then Dawson Knox is wide open. So Willie Gay goes to the right, and eventually, so I know Cook is out here too. So 1, 2, 3 Bills players. Willie Gay was going this way, so I'm going to count him as 1, 2, 3, 4. So you basically have 4 over 3, and then you have a vacated spot for Dawson Knox. Again, so just watch Willie Gay, watch him flow to the football and follow Reggie Gilliam. Well, not flow to the football, flow with Reggie Gilliam's motion and watch him vacate his spot. Easy. And that's all you're doing. You're influencing the defense, making them transfer a player multiple times with that return orbit motion from Reggie Gilliam, vacating a space. And again, this is a simple little tweak that we've seen Joe Brady do. More pre-snap motion, more making the defense have to communicate and adjust in real time or on the fly, creates the opportunities for mistakes. And what you get here, Willie Gay vacates his zone, falls down, Dawson Knox is wide open. Show it to you from the end zone angle. So that's Nick Bolton highlighted there, number 32. Here's Willie Gay, number 50. This is Reggie Gilliam's already come in motion here. Now he's about to orbit back around. You can see the effect here. Like, look at Bolton and Willie Gay both communicating and pointing to the right. Like they are seeing that motion, they are honoring that motion, they think the ball is going that way. Willie Gay is literally Willie Gay is literally like pointing and yelling. Boom, 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 boom. And watch how hard he goes with that motion and skirt has to throw the brakes on, wipes out. Like, look at that passing window. Like, this is absolutely gorgeous for Josh Allen. And again, if we look from that sideline angle, this is where that four strong concept comes in. So this one is nice because it's the motion tied with the four strong concept. You have defenders flooding this area because they have to honor the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4. Like it's as much as, JP talked about earlier, like offensive spacing and angles and geometry. Sometimes defense is just math against the run and against the pass. And if you have that many potential eligibles to one side, you have to throw more bodies out there, which commits more to that side, which gives you the opportunity to influence those defenders, bring somebody back against the grain into this open window, and then you have all this space here because there's only one eligible to this side. Boom. Really nice. Again, play from the end zone angle. Just look at that second level get influenced. Simple. Boom. Also want to pull so this is Willie Gay. This is from the other angle. Like I just wanted to highlight this because you can see him right there briefly. Like he's looking and he's saying like, damn man, like he knows like they got, like they got fooled. And it's just like those little nuances. Like this is when you know you're kind of really clicking, like you're fooling defenders, you're creating easy buttons for your offense. This was a nice job from Mr. Joe Brady. Now, let's go show another play for Buffalo Bills here. Another four strong option for the Bills. This is roughly what it turns into. This is the touchdown to James Cook. It's roughly like a 4-by-1. Again, four strong formation, all go halfback seam. You're going to get Trent Sherfield, who I've highlighted there for the Bills. You're going to get him going across the formation in a fly or jet motion. He's going to have two roles on this play. One, he's going to cause the safety, Mike Edwards, who I have highlighted as well. It's going to cause Mike Edwards to spin down. And then the other function that he has is he's just going to stay in that underneath area in the flat. He's going to become the check down if needed. So we're going to start with this piece. Again, what do we have here? Cook, Kincaid, Gabe Davis. So we've got three to this side, right? A little bit of a different look pre-snap and then post-snap from the previous one we saw. The previous four strong formation was more in a bunch look. Now we have a different alignment, different formation, but the idea is still the same because a four strong formation just means you have four eligibles to one side. Trent Sherfield goes in motion. Now, again, another motion piece, another window dressing, another opportunity to create leverage and out-leverage the defense or give them some misdirection, give them some eye candy, at the very least, something else for them to think about and adjust to on the fly. Multiple benefits of having motion. Real leverage, real separation opportunity, real ability to put the defense in a bind, or at the very least, give them something to look at, think about, create some sort of hesitation in what they are doing, processing or physical movement. There goes Sherfield. Now, this is what's also nice. A nice benefit about this play is it's being run into a blitz. Trent McDuffie is going to come off the slot. So the fact that they run four strong into the blitz, like somebody's going to be open. There's a lot of potential options for Josh Allen. Another piece that I really love about this is the initial line alignment here. I'm going to go here so we take off the numbers. Dalton Kincaid is the 2. James Cook is the 3. For those who don't know, basically what you do on offense, well, from a defensive perspective, offensive 2, you number the eligibles outside in. So Gabe Davis is 1, Kincaid is 2, James Cook is 3. On this side, Sherfield is 1, Dawson Knox is 2. Like you're just going outside in. So right now, Kincaid is the 2, James Cook is the 3. On the snap, Kincaid's going to come inside and Cook's going to come here. So they're going to flip roles. Kincaid, who is the 2, becomes the 3, and James Cook, who is the 3, essentially becomes the 2. And what that does is, on the snap as we go here, watch. Okay, so we got that blitz from McDuffie. He comes through. Kincaid becoming the 3 and going inside changes Nick Bolton's responsibility right here. So Nick Bolton has to honor Dalton Kincaid. So he goes to reroute Dalton Kincaid. He's on Kincaid. Now, we talked about earlier, Mike Edwards. Mike Edwards comes spinning up or spinning down, I should say, because he sees that motion. All his momentum is carrying him forward. So the seam route from Cook works against Edwards because he's coming forward with that momentum as he spins down to honor the jet motion. So he's spinning down while Cook is flying upfield on the seam. And then we get a really quick and good decision from Josh Allen. He hits it immediately before the defense can even react or adjust. Watch this all play out in real time. There goes Sherfield. Kincaid goes inside. Edwards spins down. Boom, wide open. And the nice little somersault into the end zone. Again, all these pieces, the motion that creates the opportunity for leverage. And again, let's highlight Sherfield here, like I mentioned, because he is that check down option. Like if all else fails, Allen can just chuck it down here. Like if everybody sits and stays and they distribute this correctly, cool. You've got somebody wide open underneath in a no cover zone. But again, what happens? Edwards comes spinning down so hard and he starts to try and slam on the brakes here, but he can't. And Cook is already by him. And then on the inside, Bolton is relating to Kincaid. So he's occupied with Kincaid. And as he's occupied with Kincaid, and as Edwards is spinning down because of the jet motion or that fly motion, Cook just runs between both of them on that seam. Tutty. Beautiful. The timing, again, we'll run it in real time one more time. Good timing, good design. We talked about a bunch on the show and in the film room of Joe Brady's ability to get his running backs involved as primary options in a pass or just as a natural part of the progression in the route distribution is more than just a check down receiver. Here's another example of that. Again, great design. And again, we get similar to the first play. We have motion leading to a 4-strong formation, which again, 4-strong formations, they mess with the defense's ability to distribute routes or space them properly. You're pulling coverage or draining coverage versus zone. You can create traffic versus man. Overall, the whole premise, you are stressing communication and coverage rules for a defense. And that's what you get a little bit here. Nick Bolton has to relate to the new number 3, which is Dalton Kincaid. Edwards goes flying up too much over the top, and they get gouged. Great play. Great call from Joe Brady. Great execution from the offense. Now, another 4-strong formation from the Bills in this game, but it ends up being a run. So I have James Cook highlighted there. So Cook is going to shift right before the snap to the left side of Josh Allen, which will then make it a 4-strong because we've got our 3 here. We've got James Cook over here, so that'll end up making it 4. Right now, we basically got like a 3-by-2, not technically a 3-by-1 with a Cook in the backfield, but again, if we're going with this numbering thing, 1, 2, 3, and then out here you've got 1 and then 2. So you've got a 3-by-1 with Cook in a gun look next to Josh Allen. You're going to get a run this time instead of a pass, but again, the whole premise, this 4-strong look, and the Bills continuing to run it, different options, different variations, right? The first play we showed came from an initial bunch. We got that return orbit motion. Second time was more of an exploded formation. We got a jet or fly motion that led to the 4-by-1, and then Cook coming out of the backfield on a switch with Kincaid that created that, jet all go halfback seam type of look play call. Now it's just a run. So again, my whole point of what I want to show here is this 4-strong formation works in the past, but you can also just run the ball out of it. And the Bills find success on this one. So it's a run this time instead of a pass. Watch Cook shift here. Boom. Now it's a 4-strong because we've got 4 eligibles to one side. So it falls in this category. And the big thing I want to highlight here is just the run execution. And if you folks watch this show enough, you know I am a fan of running the football, and I think it's important for this team. I want you to watch from the end zone angle here. Mr. George Karlaftis, number 56, off the left edge, but on the right here on your screen. Watch as he reads the mesh in the backfield from Josh Allen, and that mesh holds George Karlaftis, and that hesitation is the reason that he can't get to James Cook. This is some of the benefit we're starting to see with this offense is Josh Allen starts to run a little bit more, either by scrambles or with the design runs. As his legs become more of a legitimate threat, defenses have to honor that threat, and they get caught in conflict at times. So here's Mr. George Karlaftis, number 56. Watch, he comes down. He has to read what's going on. He displays that surf technique. He's trying to read the mesh point. Cook already has the ball, but he broke down, and he just had to make sure Now he reads, but look at his angle is off, his timing is off just because of that hesitation. Instead of getting Cook in front of his face and more into his shoulder, he's grasping at his backside and can't get anything. And then Edwards is forced to make a play at the second level. Watch it from this angle. Here is Mr. George Karlaftis. Again, watching in real time. Has to honor the mesh point. Oh, and that slight hesitation. Look at the angle. If he doesn't have to honor that, he's able to get more out in front and is able to take Cook. And especially with Josh Allen's legs paired with a running back like James Cook, who has that speed, who has that juice. If you hesitate against a James Cook, he's going to burn you because his speed changes angles. And if you're not on point, he's going to blow by you. And that's what it is here. Karlaftis is just a half step too slow because he had to hesitate and honor Josh Allen as a runner. And look where he's trying to get James Cook. He's grasping both arms out, extended instead of being in front and get more of a shoulder into Cook's shoulder or a shoulder into the torso or thighs or just getting a solid grasp. He can't. And that's all because, again, of that mesh point. So here's Mr. George Karlaftis. Let's watch that mesh. Boom. See, he's sitting. His eyes are on it. He's trying. Okay. Is Allen keeping it? No, he's not. Cool. It's a run. Uh-oh. And I got beat. Grasping at air. Also, another point I wanted to highlight on this run, Mr. Osiris Torrance and Mr. Spencer Brown, look at the wall that they create for James Cook on this play. Just completely sealed off. Beautiful. Helps Cook get to the second level. Watch it from this side again. Torrance and Spencer Brown go in real time. Look at that. Nice double team. Work to the second level on Chenal. That's a great job. They're double teaming Chris Jones. Chenal declares. Torrance comes off of him, climbs, gets that paw on the outside, turns him, seals him. Really good job from them two creating that wall and helping to create that alley. And then also another good job, Mitch Morse here at center. Watch the slight punch that he gives to 93. Boom, right there. That helps turn him and allows McGovern to turn and seal him. So that help from Mitch Morse is what creates the seal here. We talked about Torrance and Brown on the other side, help creating the seal, and then Dawkins wrapping around on that tackle wrap / dart play. We have a really nice alleyway for Cook. Like as a running back, all jokes aside, when you're going through the hole, you want to see the backside of your offensive lineman because you know that alley, that hole is sealed. And that's what you got there. That's beautiful. You're looking at backside there. And then Mitch Morse came through, and after he helped with this feed block right here, climbs to the second level, gets a piece of Nick Bolton, allows Cook to help get by him. And again, nice 12-yard gain on 2nd and 10. So another successful aspect and option out of a 4-strong look, this time a run instead of a pass. But success nonetheless. Now, let's go to our last play here. Okay. Got Reggie Gilliam highlighted there. This is another one with a Reggie Gilliam return orbit motion. Again, similar to what we had on the very first play we showed, right? We had a 3-by-1 bunch look. Reggie Gilliam's going to come over here, and then he's going to do the return orbit motion. He's going to come back this way around Allen and around Cook. But this time, the linebackers of the second level don't move with him. So Willie Gay and Nick Bolton, both of these guys right here, this time, they don't go with Reggie Gilliam. And this is where you have a nice wrinkle and a nice tweak from Joe Brady. He's going to include a fake toss on this one. And that is what moves Bolton. That is what moves Willie Gay. And that allows them to both vacate their spot, Dawson Knox to clear them, and being able to work into the voided space. So remember that first play we showed, right? Bolton and Willie Gay were communicating. They were bumping. They were pushing. Gilliam went on that orbit motion, on that return orbit motion. Willie Gay went with it, tried to put on the brakes, slipped, fell, wide open for Dawson Knox, right? There's Reggie Gilliam, goes across. Oh, here he comes on the return. And look at, you see some of the communication. Like Nick Bolton is already talking to Leo Chenal. He's telling Chenal to bump. So Bolton got the hand out. He's talking to Chenal. And you watch, remember, again, that first time, Bolton bumped, Willie Gay bumped, and it created all this space here, right? Not this time. Bolton has Chenal bump. Willie Gay and Bolton stay in the center, even though Gilliam's got that motion going to the side. But, so they're both staying in their ground at that second level, right? Watch the impact the fake toss has. So Allen's going to get this ball. He's going to fake toss it here to Cook. Watch the action from Bolton. Watch the action from Willie Gay. Because again, this is all designed to get them out of that spot. They go with that fake toss, and what happens? There goes Mr. Dawson Knox right into that voided space. Very similar to that first play we showed, right? But the first play, the motion, that natural return orbit motion from Gilliam is what drew Bolton and specifically Willie Gay out of their space. So there goes the orbit motion, right? But they're not flying with it. They're sitting. They're staying at home because they know what happened the first time. They've adjusted. That's why Chenal is going to be the one to bump out so they can maintain leverage. So they're sitting. They're staying home. But then here comes the toss, and it gets them both out. And there's Dawson Knox wide open. Nice little wrinkle from Joe Brady, taking something that worked earlier, showing a very similar look, and using this is that whole like, I know what you know, what I know type of thing, showing that similar look and anticipating, okay, they're going to know this is coming. Let's add this little wrinkle to make sure they clear out that space. Again, Bolton, Willie Gay, you see Bolton already starting to communicate to Chenal. He's telling him, like, chill, okay, bump out. We showed it on the other angle too, but also, you're nice. You get that, like, kind of that false pull from Osiris Torrance here that helps sell that run action as the front, like, reads that flash of color. Nice fake from Cook and from Josh Allen. Like, Cook is hands up. He's horizontal. He's taking that skip step. Like, cool, give me the ball. Look at the eyes on Allen, eyes on Cook. They're read and run. Plus, they know the motion went to that side. So the thought is, okay, Reggie Gilliam's going to be a lead blocker. Nope. Wide open again. Look at the alley, or the passing window, I should say, for Allen to hit Dawson Knox. Could put him on a little bit more instead of leading him out in front and kind of out into the hit there from Justin Reed, but that's fine. It's football. Again, very similar to the first play, but the wrinkle on this one is the fake toss to Cook. That is what moves Nick Bolton, and that is what moves Willie Gay. Whereas the first time Brady called this, it was just that natural motion that caused them to move. So this is good, building upon something, building upon a concept and a formation, using the defense's anticipated adjustment against them to create a wide open look and an easy button for Josh Allen. I expect to continue to see these types of plays from the Bills offense under Joe Brady. These four strong concepts aren't unique to the Bills. They're popular in today's NFL, so it's nice to see Brady kind of pushing this button to give that easy button to Josh Allen in this Bills offense. Again, that four strong formation, it can look and feel different. You can come out in a variety of ways, but the whole idea is a four strong formation is just four eligibles to one side of the field and one to the opposite. It could start out that way. It could motion that way. It could be a return motion. It could be fly motion, jet motion, orbit. It does not matter. Whatever gets you to having four eligibles to one side of the field and one to the opposite. And again, the whole idea is it messes with a defense's ability to distribute routes and space them properly. You can pull or drain coverages versus zone, create traffic versus man. Overall, you are stressing the communication and coverage rules for a defense. And like in the one example we showed, you can also build some runs into it and build some success that way, which we have seen Joe Brady and this Bills offense do.